and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. This episode we will be doing the usual. But yeah. Other than that, let's get right into this video. Now, first off, there will actually be something happening over here. And that will be the far eastern regions of this country breaking away. A peaceful breakaway. That looks too much like that other country. That looks too much like that. Okay, this color. So, we will see this nation instantly get their independence, as these regions don't really offer the Chinese much. So they're fine with those lands getting independence. And they do look quite a bit smaller now, but yeah. Anyways, there will actually be a new Chinese country pop up. Now, it's not really a new one, but it's more like a unity of countries. And a little part is a breakaway right here. And then these guys will all go ahead and join up. Actually, I think I'm gonna use this color. Yeah. So these guys will all go ahead and become a new country, and then this country is saying no to joining them, and so these guys decided, you know what, since they're saying no, let's just invade them. And you know what? A smart tactic, because this country is very weak. So they will quickly take over this country, and they will actually put their capital over in that country. Let me real quick darken the color a little. Yeah, I like that more. But now we have a new competitor over in this region, and now there will actually be a decently large war over here. Now this will be between the Koreans and the Chinese. So what will be happening is I will be fixing whatever happened over here. Yeah, what the heck. But anyways, there will actually be 6 countries involved in this war. And so let's go ahead and see what will happen. Now, this war will be started by the Chinese by going into this new country, because they do not want this country over here. And really the only person that rivals them is the country a little stronger than them, Mongolia. So yeah, if Pink China were to win this war, Mongolia would attack Pink China. But quickly, because of their superior technology and military not really superior technology, but superior military, they will go ahead and invade into these areas. And in fact, there will be a 7th country joining this war. That will be Myanmar against Pink China. And so these guys will go ahead and take these areas of land, getting these 3 major cities pretty fast, and then they send their troops a little up here to push back a little, just like that. And now we will see these guys invade because they heard that Korea might invade China, so they're trying to get the first move on Korea. So that can't happen. And actually, this goes very well, as they will get very far. And in fact, they will start to invade this country as they realize they could quickly end this war if they take over the capital. They do actually take the capital, but only for half a day. And that half a day was the half day before Korea responded. And now, Pink China will start to focus in on Myanmar, as even if they lose lands up here, they'll still gain very valuable land. Well, not very valuable, but kind of valuable land down there. And they will be holding out in like these areas right here. And then they will also go ahead and invade Myanmar, as they're trying to push up the border, which is actually the wrong idea, because as soon as Myanmar alerts this beige China country, Pink China will have to move all of their forces out of these areas, because beige China sends their forces down there. And now, really, it's just in this spot where there is an invasion. And there will actually be a separate thing going on here, and that will be the invasion of Vietnam by Thailand. Now, this will go very successfully. No, I'm not going to say at first, because there is no at first. It just goes very successfully. And they end up taking a large chunk of land, mainly out of the north. No, fully out of the north. So this is more like a kind of Cambodian looking Vietnam, as they have more Cambodian land than Vietnamese land. But yeah, anyways. We will see these lands get fully pushed back. Oh, and this will also go over to them. And in fact, they will start their mini invasion over here. And they will kind of mini, but it's quickly not becoming mini anymore, as this Thai country is very strong, and you would expect there to be like a ton of troops in these areas. Well, there isn't. And while this is happening, these countries over here decide, hey, we can invade again. As they had already invaded Pink China and won not too long ago. So kinda a very big L for Pink China. But now that these guys are distracted, we will see them take over all of these lands, but not in an act of being with the Pink Chinese, but in an act of wanting these lands. The stronger nation over here, which is Papua New Guinea, will invade into these regions, and then they will instantly peace out, as they have just like almost tripled their land, probably. And now they are looking very strong, as they are one of the bigger they are definitely one of the bigger countries in this region. And they show it by invading East Timor's other lands. As, yeah, now it's kind of looking like they are on the Pink Chinese side, although they are taking away lands from the Pink Chinese, so not fully looking like it, but it does look like it. So yeah. And then, in an act to get some of their land back, Malaysia will fully invade these areas. And then they will go ahead and invade into this, so all of Borneo. But yeah, and this does make these guys, the Papua New Guineans, pretty mad, but they can't be mad about it because that's basically what they just did to these two countries. And Pink China realizes they're just going to keep losing land if they don't leave the war or end the war, and which they do. But this will be split between Papua New Guinea and Malaysia, more in the favor of I don't really know actually. Probably Malaysia though. Yeah, Malaysia, because they got more land. But they did get around the same amount of major cities. And now, with that happening, these guys just say, huh, you thought. You really, really thought. And then, now this is like not even a single country rebellion. It's a multiple country rebellion. As, they land in Java and East Timor as well. So they're looking to have around these lands and basically just be Java. But they're also looking to see if they could potentially fully invade this, which would basically be Indonesia at that point. But Java understands what they're trying to do, and Java says, you know what, no, rebellion, you're just gonna be our land now. And the rebellion's like, deal, as they literally just didn't want to be under the Malaysians. But then over here, and in this peace treaty, we can see that Thailand got a ton of land over here, as they got one province from Myanmar just to connect up over here. Myanmar got 2 provinces, and then Thailand got all of that, as well as those areas. And this is what happened over here. And then Pink China took some land from there, and these guys took 3 provinces from Korea. Now, something that will be happening is, well, there will be a lot of this that just, well, the sapling country realizes that a bunch of their population originated from Korea, and so this leads to them losing more land than they had just gained. And then these regions aren't Korean, they're Mongolian, but that's why the Mongolians took that, and they got it because, well, there was very large protests over there. And now we will have to go over here because we are seeing more land be discovered over here, and we're getting like very close to the Rocky Mountains. So, in fact, yeah, there is that fact. But before these other countries can take more land, the Red Mexico country decides to take some land and stretch far up through them. And Texas is happy because they do not want to be bordering the Mexican country. But yeah. And then they will around double in size before they decide to give up their 2 most south provinces, as that will make Mexico a little farther from them, but also so this country can hold on to it better, or hold on to those regions better, like that. And Red Mexico is like, you know what? How about since since the other Mexican country is running out of lands to take, they will probably just decide to border you guys, and then as soon as they border you, just start invading them. Us 3 can all invade the Mexican country together, and then you guys will get a good amount of land, and so will I. How do you like that deal? The Red Mexican country says to both California and Texas. And they both instantly agree, and California just expands more over here. They don't have all of that land. But yeah, let me fix that a little better. Okay, and now since they border, they will be invaded. Funny thing is, I have a sweater that's like the same exact color as this pink Mexican country. But anyways, we will see Red Mexico quickly invade into those regions, and then California will decide to push down Baja, and they will fully take it, and then they will end up pretty much just piecing for that. And they will get it because, like, what can Mexico even do, bro? Mexico can't do anything. Because, well, the red Mexicans are even getting aided by their bestie in Guatemala. So, yeah, it was pretty much guaranteed that Pink Mexico wouldn't win. And if there was any chance at all, very, very, very slim. Like, very slim. Like, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious thin. And I did not mean to do that. But now, this Mexican country is looking huge. And so is California. And so, these two are becoming very strong. And quickly over here, Guatemala will actually decide to invade Pink Francis colony, as they have been preparing for this. And then they really only do this because, like, it's pretty much the only way they can expand besides for, well, Florida, obviously. And yeah. So as soon as they get there, they will just say, yeah, let's peace. And Pink France is like, whatever, bro. Just have it. And Pink France loses a lot of their colony as they just gave up on it. But not over here, as over here they will decide to expand as much as they possibly can. And right now, that is this much. So they just, like, almost tripled their North American colony. And yeah. They even take that from Texas. Texas doesn't get there in time. And then up here, there will be massive explorations, and all of these lands will be explored. Yeah, explored. And yeah. So then, the Germans will end up taking a very large chunk of this land, as they're kinda like the major explorer of, no, they are the major explorer of the Canada region right now. Canada region. But now, their borders will look like what I will show in a second. Yes, exactly what their borders will look like. And so, this is what their borders look like. That looks very weird, sorry. Yeah, this is now what their border looks like. And yeah. So, they have just probably quadrupled, honestly. No, tripled, their claim, their colony. Something sad, but will happen. So, Lesotho. will be invading Lesotho, and this is what they have planned. They have them taking over the entire country in one blow. What actually happens when they invade South Africa, or Lesotho, sorry, is Lesotho will make a very quick invasion, as they actually knew that this would happen eventually. So they were just preparing. And after some time, they had been prepared and they were just getting more and more stuff ready for it. And so they say, this is the peace treaty. No exceptions. We will not give you any more. We will not let you keep any more land than this, and we will not be taking any less. And South Africa is like, oh shoot. And so they decide to test their luck on these guys. Lesotho says, oh really? Well, if you do that, we will invade you more. So South Africa probably just made the biggest mistake ever that they ever could have made. Anyways, going over here, we will see the massive expansion of the Persian colony. So there will be all of this land down here going over to the Persians. And good job, Persia, because they aren't going to collapse. Not soon, anyways. But over here, really, there's been more exploration of the sea. Even to the point where they're like that. Now, over here in Alaska, we haven't seen pretty much anything happen. So, you thought something was going to happen. It's like, if you did think there was something that would happen, there will be. As over here, I haven't been mapping it, but there has been major explorations of these lands. And yeah, Hokkaido, congratulations on almost doubling the size of your colony. Because don't forget, they have Siberia. And now they will decide to fight 2 wars against 2 neighboring countries at once. 2 not so strong countries. One broke away from them. One was explorers from Hokkaido. Now, so how don't they have Hokkaido heritage instead? Well, the people on the lands, like on mainland Asia, have Mongolian and Korean descent, while Sapling itself has Hokkaido descent. But now that region is looking very more like Hokkaido has taken it over. Because because, drumroll please, they did. No way. But now we will be seeing a full collapse of, well, this colony. And so let's go ahead and see what this will look like. And so this will collapse into 3 decently sized countries, all bigger than this one, which is still probably the second strongest, I'd say. Probably behind this green one, and then it's this one, and then it's this one, and then that one, and then this one. Very interesting. No major cities. So now, let's go ahead and give them a major city. Okay, and now copy paste. And these are all the capitals. Now, actually, an interesting thing is they will hold on to the lands of Sao Tome and Principe, but not anywhere else. Over here, they were giving those lands to Brazil, and then these lands will just go over to India, and that is the now 4th continent fully filled in. We have Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. And now we just need Australia and North America. Now, over here in North America, yes, guys, this is North America now, okay? Over here in Australia, or Oceania, we will be seeing all of these lands being discovered. And yeah, now we will actually see the full exploration, or we will see all of these lands being discovered. Now, a thing that will happen will be that the Galicians have actually made a colony over here. And not just them. Mongolia will be making their first colony over here. Now, I don't really like those borders, so let me just fix them a little. Okay. And then we will also have one more country. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to say. But now, we will see the full peace treaty of Australia. And so, this is the peace treaty of Australia, or Oceania, sorry. And, now, these lands will not be taken fully. Well, these guys will get the southern island. But, other than that, there has been major exploration around the world this episode. Over in Europe, Europe. In South America, Persia and India. And then over in North America, California, Texas, Red Mexico, Quebec, Pink France, Ireland a little, and Hokkaido have all expanded their colonial empires. Well, not colonial empires for the native nations, but for the colonial empire nations. And then over in Australia, well, what we just saw. But other than that, that will do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like. I will see you in the next one.